I think with this we are done with the section 2. Coming to the knowledge check. So, Patrick, are you ready for the knowledge check? Patrick, I think you are speaking on mute.
I'm trying to mute myself here. Yeah, let me see. Let me read it out.
Sure,
A
sure.
stateless application is one that um
Yes, Patrick.
this one is a little bit hard, but I'll go B.
I think you're done well. Let me see. Yeah. Why? Because the stateless application, as I mentioned, you doesn't require any previous knowledge of the previous interactions, right? And it even doesn't store anything. It's a static web page that we discussed, right? So for any user, it will give the same information. So what you answered is correct,
Oh, I
right?
tried.
Okay, we'll go with the next one. Loose coupling is desirable because.
Oh, it's C.
Okay, it means the failure of one or more resources does not result in a service outage. That's great. It's correct.
Thank you.
Okay, we have one more question here. The three easy to purchasing options that make cloud computing unique are.
Oh, this one is a little bit difficult, but I know it's on demand. And then you can do
Mhm,
spot
mhm.
uh, and permanent pricing. Permanent.
So you'd go
Uh,
with.
I might go with B, but I'm between B and D, but I might go with B.
Okay,
B.
yeah. So it is D because
D.
there is a
Okay.
reserved
Okay.
pricing we do instead of the permanent pricing. That's the
Oh,
difference.
yeah. You see, okay, it's D. Okay.
But
Okay.
I mean, you're almost there. You're almost there. Okay, monitoring and logging. Okay, so we'll go to the next section, which is monitoring and logging, to see what are the tools which are being available and what are the ABS, I mean, monitoring tools or the logging tools which will help you to do this. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
okay, let's start with the next one, monitoring and logging. In this section, what we learn here is the Amazon CloudWatch, which is like one of the monitoring tool, and CloudTrail and Amazon Config. So we'll go in detail what is that each service will give you. Okay, so when it comes to the CloudWatch, what you can do here is we can monitor the Amazon Web Services, resources, and applications, which is one of the monitoring tool that you can see, and it collects and tracks all the metrics in a period. I mean, in a regular way, right? And also it gives kind of alarms to send notifications, and automatically makes changes to monitoring resources based on the defined rules. So all the rules will be predefined, and let's say if your particular you know, the fourth point, what it says is automatically make changes to monitoring resources based on the defined rules. So if it reaches to particular threshold value that we have set. It gives kind of alarm and send notifications, and again it will go back to the previous state, or it takes the, let's say if in this example, for example, if you take, if the more requests are coming and it takes the load balancing, it increase that particular instance to this particular in this scenario, and it makes all these changes, and all these particular rules will be defined well in advance in the CloudWatch. So that is one of the feature which is given by the CloudWatch. And what are the different events that are taken care in the CloudWatch is, first one is alerts us sent to the services to, like Lambda, SNS, SQS, and Queen streams. So all these alarms will be sent to these services, and all the CloudWatch events can be used to schedule events such as snapshot creation or instance reboot. So this portion we have seen, right? What it does, like if it has been reached to particular threshold, what this CloudWatch does is it will take the snapshot. For an example,
Please,
if
Kishu, Kishu,
yes, Patrick.
yes. If you get to like acronyms like SQS, please
Mhm.
can you just uh, quickly tell me the meaning of it so that I should know what it stands for?
Okay,
Like
okay, yeah, I
Amazon
just
SQS,
okay,
so that
okay, sure. I
or
think
or or SNS, so that I if you are, so that
okay, okay.
yeah, but I can still Google it at some point. But if I just know it during the time you're talking, so that I can have
Sure,
the
I
words in
understood.
my head.
Yeah, I got your point. So I'll take care going forward. Right now, SQS abbreviations, I was not, keeping it on my mind, because I always go with the acronyms, shortcuts only instead of, the acronyms. So from the next session, I'll keep the acronyms, and, I'll try to speak in the terminology. Is that okay, Patrick?
No, it's okay. It's very understandable. Because sometimes when you work with it a lot, you use just what you work on. But it will not be a big deal if you don't have it. But it's not like you have to use. It's just that I wanted that, like in the
Sure, sure,
notes, in the notes, if they write it, they should write just make in parentheses and then write the meaning of it,
sure.
and then you can use it the way you want. That would be fine with me.
Sure. I think from the next session, I'll take care of those things, and I'll cover it up, these economics details, and explanation about it. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much. It's 128. Okay. Okay. Coming to the next event, which is what we are talking here is if there is any particular threshold has been hitted, and if there is any notification has been rolled out, and there is a particular event which has been set, we can even set is like take the snapshot of that particular service, and put it uh, in a stored format, right, that we have already discussed in one of the earlier side, if I remember well. So it will take the snapshot, and even it, like even if it is been, if it is kind of a threat, or if that particular instances has been reached to the at maximum level, it will reboot that particular service or the instance, so that that service will be running without any interruptions for the future request which is been. So that is a kind of one of the event that can be possible, that we can even configure it. And coming to the next one, in addition to the monitoring of the built-in metrics, you can monitor your own custom metrics. So there is an option for building your custom metrics to see, to how your particular process has to be worked out, and the custom event process or the feature is also enabled in the CloudWatch event. So if we look at the CloudWatch events, there is a section to create the events. That time we can discuss about it. And coming to the Amazon CloudWatch logs, so monitor, store, access, and CloudWatch logs. So what exactly the CloudWatch logs does is, which we discussed sometime before, like for EC2 instances, or AWS Cloud Trail, and all for other instances. If anything that we are monitoring or storing, or if any application is accessing any kind of information from the system, all that thing will be tracked, and it been saved in a log files, so that whenever we wanted to see any kind of a failure happened, or what is the events which have been executed, and what are the systems which have been involved in it, so all that information will be captured in logs. It's a logging mechanism is one of the best tracking or the troubleshooting feature in many of the applications, right? And across not only in AWS, it's in the like normal programming languages as well. And coming to the Amazon CloudWatch limits. So the CloudWatch has limits for metrics, events, and logs. So some of the key things what we discussed here, like what we'll discuss here is like uh, so let's say if you're one person bought something in the cloud, right, to deploy some their application. So 10 CloudWatch metrics per customer per month are free. So uh, when they're doing the billing for the customer, they'll consider the count and exclude the 10 CloudWatch metrics per month, and if there is any additional apart from the 10, they'll do the pricing for only that those additional things, not for the 10 CloudWatch. So similarly, whatever like here they have given here, like tell alarms per customer per month are free, and those things will be excluded while doing the pricing for that particular customer on a monthly basis. Okay. And coming to the CloudTrail, CloudTrail is a web service that stores and delivers log files information, and even it records AWS API calls for your account. How many API calls are coming to your account from the another account? So we have seen in AWS, it uses AWS API service to make different calls to the different services, right? So all that records API calls will be stored in this account. Then we can understand like which service has been called to get the response. All that information will be recorded in the CloudTrail, and it provides a history of all the AWS API calls for your account. So let's say if we have account, all the history details will be captured here. Okay. And increased visibility. So increased visibility is, I think okay, I think I'm not very much clear on this uh, increased visibility. Pardon me, Patrick. If you don't mind, I'll cover this slide in my next class. Huh? I'll read about it and understand the features of it. I'll make a note of it on the T2. Okay, the durable and inexpensive log file storage. So we have seen, right, like CloudTrail uses Amazon S3 for logging files for storage and delivery. So all the log files are stored durably and inexpensively. So you name it the transaction date, so you'll have all the log files available. So I mean, for a previous transactions which have been for the earlier dates, all that information will be uh, stored. I mean, so if you see in this diagram, all the cloud trails log files will be stored in Amazon S3, and even Amazon Glacier log files also will be stored in S3 at any point of time. Like you can get this file information, and even you can.
So quick question.
Mhm.
The Amazon Glacier, um, so these are all an cloud trail. They're actually, are they access into the storage? Like, do they like you explain in your first slide where we had the Amazon Glacier that
Mhm.
it has an extra lock when you want to go into like those files that um, it has an extra lock to go into those files to access those the file locks. Is that what you had
Okay.
explained before?
Yeah, the what I explained, whatever the files which are being stored in the Glacier will have an extra security, right? But
Okay, extra security. So
right.
does that mean that all the files that are stored in the Amazon S3 in the S3 storage,
Hmm.
they can store any files, but to access a particular file, it would depend whether it is stored in Glacier or in Cloud Trail. Is that right?
Uh, no, 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 no. I think the Glacier will store the files in a secured manner, but
Yeah.
whatever the activities which are being performed on the Glacier will stored in a log file.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think this is clear, right? Only the actions which are being, what are the requests being gone to Glacier, all that log information will be stored in S3. Not the files which are there in the Glacier will store in S3. There are this is two different things.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.